How do you do, everybody? Welcome to baseball action. The new Trier Trevians taking on Blackman High School of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Glad to have you with us for the game today. This game a bit of a broadcasting challenge. What with a 60-mile-an-hour wind blowing right into our face, among other things. Basically, we had to turn off the sound because all you would get is the wind into the camera. In fact, they're expecting wind gusts as high as 70 miles an hour. And it's coming right into our face. This ballpark, northeast to southwest configuration. This Blackman High School is the western part of Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro, a very fast-growing community. And a fly ball out to center. Any fly ball today is going to be a real adventure. One up, one down as Mendes down. And James Novakovic, the batter. So Novakovic bats. The Trevians having trouble getting games in early in the season. Even games down here, there's threat of severe weather today. They changed the time of the game to make sure a little ground ball to first and Novakovic out to make sure they can get this game in before the rain hits. Brendan Stressler, the batter. David Price graduated from this high school. I went back, I'll get to it a little bit later on here. Ground ball, right to the first baseman, and Trevians go quietly at the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom half of the frame, and the Trevians and Blackman High School, no score. Glad to have you on the network, wherever you may be. If you're watching on the internet, like and subscribe for our broadcast. Boy, a pitcher that's a off-speed pitcher today is going to have that ball moving around quite a bit. Yeah, I went back and just because I was Jimmy at Ertman on the mound today. Ground ball foul. But because David Price, I went back at how many new Trier players have been drafted, and I'm including those as graduates coming out of college that were drafted. And I was able to come up with 14, I think it was. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that play Major League Baseball. And, of course, the most recent being Charlie Tilson. You've got a couple of players that were drafted after Charlie. They're in the minor leagues working their way up, I assume. Or trying to work their way up, maybe is a better way to describe that. The lefty delivers. Outside of ball. Again, no ambient sound. No sound from the ballpark today. It's just... if we use the sound, all you're going to hear is either the high wind, base hit single, 2-out single, courtesy runner, and ground ball. I guess that was a fielder's choice. I don't know how that worked, but two out, runner on. I think I looked at my scorebook wrong. I think that's what that was. Just a base hit single. Little bit outside of ball. For Tennessee, for the people in Tennessee, this wind is a problem. It really isn't that bad a fielder's choice, and we're done with the first inning. And the end of one, no score. And Graham Mastros will lead off the top of the second. Well, it's a little bit stronger than New Trier is accustomed to it wind-wise, but for Tennessee, they're not used to this one at all. Outside of ball. But the only time they get winds like this is the remnants of a hurricane. And not too many of them actually get this far north. They call this the Mid-South, and it's smack dab in the middle of northern Tennessee, outside of ball. About 30 miles southeast of Nashville. Fly ball to right field. And a foul ball. Wind blew it out of play. Louis, Florida on deck. And a rather blustery afternoon. Temperature-wise, it's not bad. The only advantage of playing it down here in Tennessee, strike three, Mastros out, is we don't get the wind off the lake. You can open up your window on the North Shore And you'll catch some of the infield from Murfreesboro coming your way. It is coming in over left field, basically. Pitcher's high, a ball. Florida the batter. Dylan Mayer on deck. Swing at a foul ball back. This is a relatively new high school. Again, with this community is really expanded quickly. I was here, let's see, about 25 years ago. I'm a Civil War historian. I was down here, a big battle that was fought here, Battle of Stones River. And it was about the size of Evanston. Now it's about the size of Naperville or Aurora, maybe even a little bit larger than that. About 120,000 or something like that. Evanston's about 80,000. Foul ball. And they're down from that, so, or were. Florida bats. Line shot. That's a base hit single. Right field for Florida. And with one out, Dylan Mayer, the batter. And pinch runner is James Carabas. The long look in. The pitch. A little bit inside, I guess, a ball. They look over at Carabas a couple of times. And Carabas goes, and the throw not in time, and it bounced away anyway, and Carabas with the stolen base. So runner at second with one out. And the pitch. Little foul ball. Got a little piece of it. The look back and the delivery. High bounder foul. Trevians will be back. Try and get their home opener. The weather's been so awful. And a little ground ball. Taken by the second baseman over to first. Got it to the right side of the infield and moved the runner along. Austin Brown, the batter. Foul ball. And balled off. They have a press box here, but not usable for what we do. And I'm actually sitting in the Blackman fan side of things, outside of ball. The Blackman Blaze. Carabas with his leadoff third. And the pitch. And a little bit high, a ball. We're here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Part of the spring break trip. Ball. Time called. Brown back in. And just a little bit outside. Moved the bat forward, but not enough for a swing. Checked it. And line shot. Nice catch by the second baseman for the out. And we're done with an inning and a half. Still no score between Blackman and the Trier Trevians. For those watching from Tennessee, Trier is northeasternmost Cook County, right on Lake Michigan, so just north of Chicago. About 15 to 20 miles, not quite 20 miles, north of Chicago, right on the lake. The North Shore, as it's called. Little pop-up foul and windblown. Mastros made the effort for it. Foul ball. It's a ball, rather. And it's a little ground ball. Throw to first in time. 6-3 on the putout. One away. Pop up. Foul and out of play. They just came out. Niche came out with their rankings of high schools in the country. And Trier once more among the top group out of 10,000 high schools. Trier was ranked 360th 63rd, but a lot of those high schools that are above them are not public high schools, but private select enrollment schools. And that takes only academics. It doesn't count the sports stuff. Foul ball. On the sports end of the things, the last time they did a survey, the Sports Illustrated ranked New Trier, I want to say 11th, sports-wise. And strike three on the outside corner. And really the strength of the program that for the sports was the number of state championships in Illinois, but also the breadth of sports offerings that very few schools have. Outside of ball. And I think he lost track of the count. And ground ball right back up the middle. Single. 2 out single. And the error. Moves the runner to second on the attempted pickoff. They look back. The pitch. And a high pop-up. Going to give chase. And whenever it gets that high, it's going to be out of play in this ballpark today. Foul ball. And now a ball. Maybe a line drive home run is possible, particularly to right field, I would think. But anything hit up in the air is going to come back. You got a steady 40, 50 mile an hour wind blowing. 45, 50 mile an hour wind blowing. You're not hitting anything out to left or center with that breeze. That wind. Ertman looks back, delivers, and a pitch low ball. 2-1. I also want to apologize. I've been a little remiss in my announcing and loading on YouTube, etc., but I've had vocal cord issues again. Line shot, that's a base hit, and that's going to score a run. And on the errant throw, the runner moves on over to second, and they did score that as another error. Allowing the runner to move on up. Moving outside, a ball. Number 9, the batting order for the Blaze. One nothing now. Blackman High School leading. Squared to bunt. Pitches high, a ball. So it's been a real experience here. Combination of the wind for this game and the fact that my voice hasn't been working all that well has delayed doing the announcing. Pitch outside, a ball. In high pop-up. Shallow center. Whoa! A little trouble with it with the wind. But taken for the out. And we go to the third. 1-0. Blackman leading. There's been talk of a possible expansion team or even Tampa Bay Rays moving here to the Nashville area. So we're going to miss strike. Aiden Nicholson leading it off. Yeah, outside the ball. And while the metro area I think they're saying about 1.5 million now. Maybe 2 million. Strike 3. There's some question about whether a team here could be supported. The idea is fine, from size-wise, but as you find with Tampa Bay, is really the support for a team there. Are people willing to go to a game? Aiden Nolan, the batter. Some of the other cities that have been mentioned as possible expansion cities, they're kind of all in that same, great, quote-unquote, great baseball towns, but are they really? And, of course, before anything is even discussed, got to have a stadium outside the ball. A little foul ball, rather. I mean, even places like Montreal, the realization that you can't use Olympic Stadium. So they'd have to build a stadium. And strike 3. So 2 down via strikeouts here in the top of the third. Back to the top of the batting order, Alex Mendez, the batter. Again, there's no sound on from the what is called ambient sound. There's no sound from the ballpark because a 50-mile-an-hour wind is blowing into our face. And turn on the microphone, and basically all you will hear is wind and clicking, and quite obviously that would be far too annoying to listen to. Of course, I don't know if it's more annoying than listening to me talk, I suppose. Mendez bats. A little outside a ball. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the third. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Go to the bottom of the third. And back to the top of the batting order for the Blaze of Blackman High School. First pitch inning fouled off. Jimmy Ertman on the mound. And one thing about the weather this year for New Trier is that as bad as the weather's been, they haven't had any real chance to get on the field and practice. So a lot of this stuff has been all indoors. Outside the ball. High bounder. Third baseman up throwing. Nope. Not in time. Leadoff single. And ground ball. They'll take the play at second for the out. One away. Runner on. A little bit inside for a ball. Named the ball field here in honor of their famous alum, favorite son. I think he may have also given some money to rehab this facility, David Price. And strike 3. Got him on the inside corner at the knees. 2 away. Everyone knows it's windy. Pitch. And there goes the runner, and they got him dead to rights. Attempted steal, caught stealing. And we're done with the third. And it remains 1-0 in favor of Blackman. Go to the top of the fourth. And James Novakovic will lead it off. Novakovic, Stressler, and Mastros do up for the Trevians. one of the things of not being able to be out on the field has certainly been issues with the bats and the timing. And also I've noticed, although it hasn't played anything here except the 2 errors in the second inning, some of the fielding. But then again, New Trier, while we can complain about that in these games here in Tennessee, there's a couple of things that are to be realized, and that is that while New Jersey had the problem being on the field and whatever, every other team in the Chicago area has had precisely the same problem. So it's not, New Jersey has some sort of incredible disadvantage by not being out on the field, but nobody's been really out on the field. That's number one. Number two is that for these teams that they're playing here in Tennessee, they're coming to the end of their season. They've got another, 3 weeks is all to their regular season, and then they go into playoffs, and they're done with state May 13th. And we're 2 weeks away from the playoffs then? Something like that. Foul ball. Now the delivery. And single right back up the middle for Novakovic to start off the inning. Brendan Stressler, the batter. And a pitch low ball. One of the differences also is that in Illinois, everybody makes the playoffs. So it's a little different than here in Tennessee, where your win and loss record dictates whether or not you make the playoffs. And you do it by district. So a district is, in other words, you have to win your district to play into the regional, if that makes sense. And there goes a runner, and don't even think about it. Wow. I think that was a missed sign. That's what I'm gathering. You don't get thrown out by that much without having something like that, missed sign or misinterpreted sign. But that's why you play the game. And low and inside the ball, the Brendan Stressler, Trevian right fielder. And foul the wing. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Hey, I was able to do it this time. You know, usually I'm not able to sing at all with my voice. Ball 4. Of course, there's a question whether or not that's you consider that singing. Here's Graham Mastros. Swing and a little foul ball. Make that strike. Swung and missed. Go to first, runner back. And the pitch low and outside, a ball. I was laughing with the coach, with Coach Napoleon, about my announcing. And the ball bounces away, but runner holds. And loading up games that I announce, well, like these games, whatever, those games that I do actually do the announcing, and having my audio, my play-by-play on the coach's video and on the coach's critique video, whatever. And I was laughing with him. I said, "Yeah, I'm turning it off. I'm not going to do." And he goes, and I said, because I never know if I'm saying something, that is counter to what you're saying as a coach that you want a player to do or whatever, or even if I say something about a player missing something. Mastros is out 6-3 on the runner. Runner moves on over to second. Louis Florida, the batter. And I just said, I'm just not going to risk it. He goes, well, you know what I call. I said, yeah, but So on the announced games, what he gets doesn't have any announcing on it. And I mentioned a play in one of the games down here. And I said, I couldn't help but say how it was a dumb play on the broadcast. And he goes, well, yeah, you knew I was going to say something to it. I said, yeah, but now it's on for everybody else to hear. He doesn't need it on the coach's video too. And he laughed, and I laughed. Base hit single. And that'll tie up the ball game on the single. As Louis Florida drives home the run. Again, Carabas on the run. And Dylan Mayer, the batter. Dylan's sort of taken over the left field chores here. Throw out the second, but runner wasn't going. Now the pitch. Hit on the fist. Ball. And they're going to step out a little bit. Talk this one over. Get some new signs. And a line shot, that's going to be a gapper out there. And coming around with the lead run, Carabas, and then Meyer overstepped and was picked off second. To end the inning, but the Trevians score 2 and lead it 2-1. As we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning, halfway home with the ball game. And the Trevians now leading it over the Blaze. And first pitch hitting, foul ball. And 2 for the base hit single. There goes the runner. And stolen base. Little outside, ball. Runner with the lead. Pitch on the way. High pop up. And center fielder in. Has it for the out. Got to turn the camera off a little bit just to adjust because of the wind. Ertman still on the mound. Pitcher on the way. Foul ball. And a base hit single to right. Runners at the corners for the Blaze. And pitch low ball. Bottom of the fourth. And foul ball. And the sacrifice going to work. They got the runner. Astros got him. But the squeeze works to bring the runner home. And we're tied back up now at 2. Throw out the second, runner back. And the pitcher's high ball. Yeah, foul ball back. Another one high, a ball. High pop up, giving chase, but the wind could have taken it out of play. Runner with the lead, pitcher on the way, foul ball back. Two out, one out. One run in. And we're tied up at 2. They look back. And strike 3. Had him backing away. Looked to me like that might have been a little high, but I'm not down there on the field, so. In any case, strike 3, and we go to the 5th. Austin Brown leading it off for the Trevians. And a ball 1. And a line shot right at the center fielder for the out. One away. Here's Aiden Nicholson. And this game is, from the Trevian standpoint, kind of a have-fun quiz. You know, one of those things that you used to get in school where, yeah, let's just have some fun, you know. And the teacher would ask you silly questions about the subject, but, you know, kind of out from left field sort of questions, and just let's have fun. That was, yeah. Strike 3. Yeah, 2 up, 2 down. And Aiden Nolan, the batter, and gets a single. Back to the top of the batting order, Alex Mendez, the batter. High and tight a ball. And upstairs a ball. Run around at first, 2 out. Ball game tied. And low and away a ball. Top of the 5th. Trying to get this one in before the rains come. And this is a type of front that's coming in where There are going to be tornadoes all over the place in the south. So a walk to Mendez and Novakovic, the batter. Inside a ball. In fact, we are playing under a tornado watch. Another one of my early jobs back in my college days. Before I started working in high school sports, I did a quickie stint as a weather reporter. Kept my eye on the weather. But more years ago than I care to admit. Strike three. And that does it for the top of the fifth. The Trevians threaten but don't score. No runs, one hit, a walk and two left. Go to the bottom half of the frame. High fly ball. Started out, now triangle shot. And taken by the left fielder for the out. That's that wind blowing. One away. Back to the top of the batting order. Strike. And another one up in the wind. Outside the ball. And a line shot. That's going to two-hop the fence. And a double. So a runner at second representing the go-ahead run here. I don't know what the discussion was about. Throw the second runner back. Fly ball down the line. And a foul. Another one fouled back. Hanging in there. And well outside the ball, gets away. And that'll allow the runner to advance on up to third. Knocked down right at Ertman. But you got to call that a hit. Hit the glove, and Ertman let go of the glove. There was no play anywhere, so runners at the corners off the infield single. Hot shot though it was. Back through the box. Scooped that and fouled away. big boy. Inside a ball. And again, inside a ball. Fly ball. That's going to do the job on a sacrifice fly out to center. Take him for the out. And the runner tags and comes home. And that's 3-2 in favor of Blackman. Just a little bit outside a ball. New pitcher on the mound for the Trevians. Jack Mastros. Now pitching. You're watching baseball on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, on the cable or the internet. If you're watching on our YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. And a line shot, that's a base hit. Lead runner will stop at second. Runners at first and second. Actually, this is, Murfreesboro is a university town. Middle Tennessee State, I think it is. Ball. It's funny, being a Union man for the Civil War, going to the battlefield and whatever and talking to people, you know, all they're telling me is all the Confederate sites here in town. I'm going, I don't care. And the pop-up. Mastro's able to corral it in the wind for the out. We go to the sixth. Brendan Stressler at the batter. In fact, I even had to correct the National Park Service guy on a Chicago area regiment that was here. He only thought they were here for a single day, and for a single day of the battle, and it was a 2-day battle, and they distinguished themselves more on the second day than they did the first day. Line shot and caught. Mastros is out. 2 out. And here's Lewis, Florida. Trevians are going quickly here. Top of the 6th. Trevians start their conference play this year with Evanston. league play. I'm not sure exactly who. They start with Vernon Hills, maybe? Foul ball. A lot of those cross-conference games we are not assigned to. In fact, I think the only two I'm assigned, strike three, going to the bottom of the sixth. I think the only two cross-conference games. No, I take that back. Let me see. I've got, and I'm doing this off the top of my head, so I think right now I have just two. Deerfield and Maine West. Shave and haircut. 2 bits, and I guess it was a little too close. It got him. So runner aboard at first. High and tight a ball. Ground ball right down the line, fair ball. Down in the corner, out in the street. That's going to bring home another run. And into second with the double. So give an extra batter, and it'll come back to bite you. Go to bunt, pick up the throw, and threw it away. No, the error, and that'll bring home another run. And Coach Napoleon out to have a word. I'm wondering if part of this is how much of this is COVID? How much of this is the weather this spring? The COVID hangover, so to speak. For some of these players, it's one thing to be on the varsity team for the first time, but it's made worse by not having had as much instruction as they should have over the course of the pandemic. Stolen base. Wow. He didn't make the play. He's out. And both players were a little banged up on that play. Bang, bang play at first, literally. Infield pulled in, looking for a play at the plate. The run home. And high a ball. And you just cast your fate to the wind. That's what this is all about. A little bit of rain, too, now. Ground ball. Shortstop has it. Throws to first in time. Out number 2. 3 runs in the inning. Inside the ball. Bottom of the 6th. And ground ball, slow roller. Again, Mendez over in time with the throw. And we go to the 7th. Trevians down now 6-2. And Dylan Meyer leading it up. Dylan Meyer. I'm going to do that all year long. Dylan Meyer batting. Outside the ball. Swing and a miss. Strike. And fouled away. I guess the people here in Murfreesboro have been talking to me about how cold it's been down here, too. Whoopsie. Wind blown. Wind blown double. And Mayer aboard. And PJ Nilk batting. Man, a ball. Top of the 7th. Trevians chasing 4. And they said he went straight. Another one fouled away. And high and outside a ball. And that one's also high and away a ball. Delk batting. And he's actually batting for Austin Brown. And strike 3. One away. And Aiden Nicholson going to have a pinch hitter, and that's A.J. Steinbach. And ball. And that's high ball. And a ball. Runner with the lead off second. One out. And I think, was it 3-2? I believe so. And strike three. So 2 down. And another pinch batter, Sam Gossard, batting for Aiden Nolan. The new Trier players try to find out which hotel I'm staying in at Murfreesboro. I never stay with the team. Last thing I need is 3:30 in the morning phone call. Hey, dude. I've had it when I stayed in the hotel with teams. They don't need to see me, and I don't need to see them. I'm beyond the field, you know. I'm not a parent. I'm not a teacher. I'm not a coach. I'm not a chaperone. Swing and a miss, strike. And fouled away. Sam Gossard batting. And strike three in the ball game all over for the Blackman Blaze of Murfreesboro. 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They were struck out 2 times. Trevians pitchers didn't walk anybody in this game. 3 left on base. For the new Trier Trevians, 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors. They were struck out 10 times, which tells me their timing was a little off. 2 walks, and they were walked twice, and the Trevians left 4 on base. That'll do it for us for this game. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Stick around for more sports action on the network. Like and subscribe to us on YouTube. And hope you enjoyed the game wherever you may be. And for all of us, we say as always, thanks for watching, and so long, everybody. This has been a Metro Chicago Sports Network copyrighted presentation. All rights reserved.